Many people confuse these two words, regardless and irregardless. What's the difference? Can you use both interchangeably? Should you not use one over the other? Well, let's take a look at the definition of regardless and irregardless. The definition of regardless means basically without regard, or in spite of, or despite the current circumstances. For example, regardless of the rain, we will still go on a picnic. So in spite of the rain, we will still go on a picnic. Regardless of the rain, we will still go on a picnic. Or regardless or in spite of the laws on the books, people still break the law. These are the most common uses of the word regardless, in spite of. Now, on the other hand, irregardless is basically a non-standard, informal use of English of the word regardless. In many dictionaries, they will not recognize the word at all as a legitimate word. It should always be regardless. But why? Well, irregardless has the prefix ir with regardless, and that's basically a double negative. Now, the double negative here is ir means not, and regardless means in spite of. So basically by saying irregardless, you are saying not in spite of. Well, in spite of is a negative idea and not is a negative idea. Hence, a double negative and not appropriate to use as a word. I always tell my students to avoid irregardless. Most dictionaries will not recognize it as a legitimate word, and only certain dictionaries that contain slang words of the oral language will include irregardless as a word, but an inappropriate word in the standard written English. So going back to the two original sentences, if you said, irregardless of the rain, we will still go on a picnic, well, that's redundant, ir and regardless. Just say, regardless of the rain, we will still go on a picnic. And it's also inappropriate to say, irregardless of the laws on the books, people still break the law. No, that's slang. That's colloquial, oral, informal English. You will always replace irregardless with regardless. So it will always be regardless of the laws of the books, people still break the law. And that's basically the difference between the two. So in summary, even though many dictionaries will recognize irregardless as a word, it's an informal, slangy word and is not appropriate in formal, standard written English, regardless of what the dictionaries may say, and regardless of what they say about irregardless. So when in doubt, always go with the standard written English as the correct way to speak and the correct way to write your English. Good luck.